Hi there, good morning, and thank you for joining with me today. Tax collectors were the most corrupt and feared people in Jesus' time. They were out to get everybody, and that was the fellow that he met one day called Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus was rich but was unhappy. I suppose if your main aim in life is to get rich, you're never going to be happy. Madonna once said there were many years when I thought fame and fortune would bring me happiness, but one day I woke up and realised that it didn't. We could have told her. But Zacchaeus is a great story about the wee fella trying to see Jesus. He's heard about him, he thinks maybe this guy has the answer, but the crowd's so great. He's hopping up and down, he's trying to see, but finally he sees a nearby tree, and forgetting how daft it must be to see a wealthy man wearing a robe climbing a tree in the middle of the town, he does it. He shimmies up the tree just for a look at Jesus. He's a comical figure as he clings to a branch, craning his neck to see Jesus. Of course, Jesus had already seen Zacchaeus, and that's what's important. He called him by name. He knew his name. Here he is, hated by his neighbours, looking ridiculous, and Jesus knows his name. It's nice, isn't it, when people know your name? You start by saying, I don't suppose you'll remember me, but I'm Jean, I'm Mary, I'm Dorothy, I'm Jimmy. And you hear a voice saying, of course I remember you. We all like to be remembered. And maybe he realised Jesus knew him and understood him. Then Jesus said something quite remarkable. He says, hurry, come down. I'm going to stay at your house today. So remarkable that immediately the crowd who had been there to welcome Jesus were gobsmacked. They began to grumble. It's almost as if Jesus is sabotaging his own ministry. He could have gone home with the Lord Provost, but instead he chooses this chancer. What's he doing? He's doing what he came for. The impression and the impact on Zacchaeus was incredible. He was a changed man. But it doesn't end there, because now it's Zacchaeus' turn to reach out to somebody else. And the older I get, the more and more I become convinced that the Christian faith works if we would only put it into practice. So Zacchaeus moved from being a spectator to a participant. Jesus calls him by name. He knew all about him, but he still accepted him. The crowd murmured, but Zacchaeus was ready to reach out and start a new life. He became a changed man with changed priorities. His search for happiness was over. As Jesus himself said, Zacchaeus, today salvation has come to your house. Again, thank you for listening to me. I do appreciate your presence and your interest. God bless you.